Hey man, being broke suck. But you know what's even worse than being broke is having money and then going back broke. Like that's a whole total different feeling, right? And in today's episode, man, we're gonna teach y'all how to get on and stay on. And it's your boy Chief Kick at MZT Motivation back with another good one for y'all, right? I remember when I was a kid, right, and just being a young kid, I always had that entrepreneur spirit. Didn't quite know what it was at the time though. And I started my first business. My dad used to give me allowances, and I'd take my allowances and I loan the money out. And I remember, one of my uncles or cousins or something say, like, loan me $10, I'll give you back 15 when I get my check. And I look at my mom and be like, Mom, is that a good deal? She'd be like, yeah. So I do it. And that's kind of like that was kind of how I got started, right? And I touched some money, but going broke after you had it sucks. Like it's a terrible feeling, right? And on this episode, we want to teach y'all. We got 3 points for y'all, right? And if you stick to these 3 points, like you gonna get on and stay on. You will never fall off again, right? And with inflation and everything being so high, like they want $20 for 6 chicken wings. Like with gas prices high, everything so high, it's to the point that you have to be financially stable to the point that whereas you can have some peace where you don't have to be worrying about money, or you ain't got to be worried about the gas prices. I want to be in a position. I want my people to be in a position to where when we go to the gas station, we're not even looking at the price. We just may fill it up because we using our gifts and we using principles. And these principles is going to put us in a position that where we can be prepared and that we can see things coming before they even come. And I'm finna go into Luke chapter 18, verses 1 through 8. Now he told them in parable on the need for them to pray always and not give up. There was a judge in a certain town who did not fear God or respect people. And a widow in that town kept coming to him, saying, give me justice against my adversary. For a while he was unwilling, but later he said to himself, even though I do not fear God or respect people, yet because this widow keep pestering me, I will give her justice so that she doesn't wear me out by her persistent coming. Then the Lord said, listen to what the unjust judge says. Will not God grant justice to his elect who cry out to him day and night? Will he delay helping them? I tell you that he will swiftly grant them justice. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth? So that this lady, and my first point is you got to be consistent. Now, this lady was so consistent, right, that she wore the judge out. And being consistent is doing the same thing every day, right? She kept going to him. She was consistent and wore the judge out. And not only was she consistent, she was persistent, right? She was like, man, I finna win this. I finna win this case. You finna grant me justice on mine. And she kept coming. And the judge didn't fear God, nor did he respect man, but he granted her what she wanted because she was consistent. So that brings me to my first point, man. You gotta be consistent. Let's say, for instance, right, you got a favorite restaurant, and whenever you go to and this happened to me, it's a restaurant in Chicago called Harvest 360. It's a black-owned buffet, and me and my girl, we used to go there. And one day we went there, they was closed. So we went to another restaurant. Another time we went there again, it was closed. So like, okay, man, what's up with them? They got a bomb on food. They closed. Went to another spot. So we went there again, right? And they was closed. So, but it was another restaurant that we went to, and it wasn't as good as Harvest 360, but they was decent, and we went to that restaurant, and we stopped going to Harvest 360, and they eventually opened back up, but because they was consistently closed, we went to the other restaurant that was open all the time because they was consistent. And so that's how a lot of businesses fail, and that's how a lot of people fail, by not being consistent on what we do. So we must be consistent, right? Even in exercising, right? You trying to work out, you want to trying to get to the next level in your health. You gotta be consistent on your working out. You can't work out 1 week and then the next week you ain't working out, and then work out 3 days this week, then next week you take 2 days. You got to be consistent. You got to, okay, I'm finna make up in your mind. I'm finna make me a schedule up. I'm finna work out every other day. If you got a busy schedule, if that could work, then that's what you do. But and be consistent in that. I work out 3 days out the week and be consistent with that 3 days out the week. And over time, you're going to see your results, right? And if you creating content, if you drop a video every week and your people will know, okay, I know he's going to drop a video every Monday on MZT Motivation. So now you can expect that. So now I know every Monday I finna come here and I finna get one of these good videos, MZT Motivation, every Monday. If I'm consistent, guess what? The people gonna show up. I'm consistent, and look, you don't even gotta be good, just as long as you be consistent. You see, this lady, she was consistent. So consistency is the key to success, and that could go either way, right? But consistency, right? Now, my second point is the B word, budget. Yeah, you gotta budget. You gotta budget. We finna go to Luke 14, 28, and 29. And this is Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach speaking. He say, "For which of you want to build a tower, don't first sit down and calculate the cost to see if he has enough to complete it. Otherwise, after he has laid the foundation and cannot finish it, all the lookers will begin to ridicule him, saying, 'This man started to build and wasn't able to finish.'" Let that sit in for a minute. When I read this scripture, the first thing came to my mind was, you got to sit down before you start building. You got to sit down and see, man, how much is this finna cost me, right? And you got to write that down. Sit down, write down, okay, how much it's gonna cost me? Okay, it's gonna get my pen, my pad, and see. Okay, I'm gonna budget this thing. Got to start this new project. Write my budget out. Okay, this is what I got. I got $5K. That's my budget. I can't go over that. And your finances, right? You must write everything down that you're spending, and write down all of your bills, your monthly expenses, how much you make. You gotta have your budget, right? And a lot of people don't like to do it because we lazy and we think that we know everything, right? And so it be a little difficult for us sometimes to write a budget. But it's so important. This will separate the rich from the poor. Poor people don't write out budgets consistently. Rich people make budget planning a part of life. It's a part of, their everyday routine, the budget. I got to look at the budget, check the budget. Okay, this is not in the budget. I can make some adjustments to the budget, but that will keep you on. That's a game changer. It will keep you on track to financial freedom, is having your budget and sticking to your budget, like being disciplined with your budget. And it's so important, the budget. You're not going to be able to get around that. And notice what Yeshua said about starting a project. If you're trying to build something, right, you're gonna need a budget, because you don't want to get in the middle of the project and run out of money trying to freestyle the project, and some people probably can hit like that, but it's gonna be rare that you're gonna hit. You gotta sit down and write that budget out so that you will be prepared. And my third point, y'all, my third point is on the path to financial freedom, you must learn how to communicate. Communication. I remember one day I was watching Warren Buffett, right? Watched this program on Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett was talking about, he said that if you increase your communication skills, if you learn how to communicate, he said that you will increase your value by 70% if you just learn how to communicate better. And I was like, whoa, right? Communication. And just think of the people, who got jobs in communication. Like these are the people who, your actors, your singers, your speakers, you know, these people, you master communication. You can move the crowds, you can speak to people, you can get better deals. So, and the list just goes on and on about communication. Even in your relationships, communication to just be, it'll make your relationships better if you could articulate what's going on in the relationship. If you can articulate how you feeling and the issues, because sometimes people can, especially as men, we have certain things going on in us, and we're not always able to articulate them, communicate them things, right? And so communication is so important. And that's something that I'm working on as well. My communication skills. I need to make sure that I'm constantly growing in that area. And look at our Father. God was he was such a great communicator that when he spoke, he was speaking things into existence. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and the light was good. Huh? Like when the Father speaks, things start happening. And just look at his level of communication. And we created his image and his likeness. So communication is so important. When we learn how to communicate better, like it'll open up so many doors for us. Right. And so man, we hope that y'all enjoyed this. I'm gonna hold y'all too long today. Just implement these things, man, and let's go to the next level. Let's go to the top. I'm gonna do a little recap. So on the path to financial freedom and building wealth, these three things, right? Must be consistent. Consistency is key. Number two, man, your budget, man. Write everything down. Everything that you spend it, all your bills, write everything down every day. Your gas money, everything. Write it down. The money that you give to the kids, the dog care, everything. Write it down. Write your budget down. Stick to your budget. And the third thing is communication, man. Communication is key. And notice I gave y'all 3 powerful keys. Y'all stick to this, man. Ain't gonna be no limits. Ain't gonna be no limits. And we hope y'all enjoyed this, man. We give all praise and honor and glory to the Most High God, Yah Yisrael, man. We hope that this message bless y'all, and y'all stay encouraged, man. Y'all stick to the script, man. And y'all go back, man. Y'all watch all of these videos on MZT Motivation. We got a lot of good content. And I want y'all to go back, watch all the motivational videos, and just every day, let it get in your soul. I watch motivational videos every day, and never think that you know everything, right? Even if you know the information, go back over it again, because we learn through repetition, right? Even when we was kids, that's how we learned, through repetition. We had to go over the ABCs hundreds, maybe even thousands of times before we learned them. And repetition. If you exercise, you got to do hundreds, you got to do thousands of reps in order to see results. Repetition. We learn through repetition. So go over information over and over again. Master the information. Be able to communicate it and teach it to others. Y'all go back, watch these videos, man. Y'all share, like, comment, subscribe, man. It's your boy Chief Kick, MZT Motivation. See y'all at the top, man, not at the bottom.